Hello, friends. We are going to log in a few minutes early and wait for a few of you to pop on here. This is the brand new thing that we have never introduced with you before, really, is a YouTube Live. So we have a lot of kinks to work out, but we're really excited to be with you here tonight. So we're going to wait a little bit. Say hello when you're hopping on, and we'll hopefully be able to see the comments on the other screen that my husband will be checking out and comment back to you. So welcome. Share where you're joining us from, because we know that we have people from all over the world that are our students. We'll talk more about that later, which is really cool to be in the digital age where you have people of every ethnicity, every country, all the things. It's really a beautiful thing. All right, so we had it all working perfectly last night when we did our run through. Today we set it up, did our little run through, and no sound. So let us know also if you're hearing good. I'm going to preface this to say that when we do our little jam session in a little bit, for some reason we can't get all of our mics to connect all the way that like it was last night, which is the way it goes, right? Isn't that how it goes? Everything looking good? People are hopping on? Good. Can everybody hear us? Everybody hear us? Am I in the screen right? So I'll have to take a picture later and try to email it out to you guys if you're part of our email list, because we have got quite the tech going on. So thanks to the hubby. Drum roll. Whoop. It's kind of crazy when you're just kind of staring into a screen and nobody's really on the other end that you can see faces, but isn't that crazy how tech works? Still good, huh? Everybody's commenting good. So we got a few minutes. Yeah, when you're hopping on, share where you're joining us from. We are super excited to connect with you guys tonight and jam, share some exciting announcements with you. So we got about 2 minutes before go time. Go grab your favorite drink, your tea. Where are you guys shining in from, or coming in from? Because we have had negative 25-degree weather. So post your degree below, because that's quite humorous when you see people posting all over the world and their degrees. It has been frigid temperatures, like negative 38 with wind chill here. We are in South Dakota. For those of you who didn't know, we live on a little hobby farm, we call it, and we have all the animals under the sun, which if you're part of our email community, you've hopefully gotten to know us a little bit through that. We have 3 kids, ages 10, 8, and 6. Yeah, that's kind of a little bit more about us. So we got 1 minute till go time. And then we're going to jump into it. So anybody commenting on it? Yeah, give us a shout out. Who's joining in? Lots of you are hopping on live. So let us know if this is something you guys want to see more of, because we're, start of the new year. You have new goals and new ambitions. And we'll probably share more about our health journey a little bit along the way, but I have felt so good in the last 3 weeks, and that is why we've put off a lot of things for the last several months, because I just have not had energy. So thank the Lord, we have found a lot of answers in the last few weeks, and we've actually moved out of our house, which is the blessing of why we're actually going live, which is crazy, because it's things we've talked about for a long time, but I just didn't have energy and ambition to actually execute it, because I was exhausted with being sick. So, all right. So we are go time. This is our first live, like I said. So welcome. My name is Bethany, and my husband Matt. You'll see in a little bit. He's over here on the tech, and then he'll be on the guitar. And we're going to do a little jam session for you in a little bit. So a little bit about Simplified Piano and how it came to be. We are a little over a year old as a YouTube channel, and as creating courses online, digital courses, so that you guys can learn from all over the world, which is really cool. And how it came to be was really, honestly, just not a fluke, because I think God works all things together for those that love Him, and He just has a plan and a purpose for everything. But it was just kind of this, like, hey, we really wanted to make $1,000. And we needed to pay a couple of bills. And so I was like, hey, you know what? I could just throw together this worship workshop. I could teach people on Facebook. I'll throw together a Facebook group. And it just spiraled one thing after the other. Everybody wanted to keep going. And I was like, oh, well, I didn't know that I wanted to turn this into a full-time thing. and the Lord knew better. So we are now little over a year and a half into it, and we are loving it. The husband does all the editing, and I do all the filming and kind of the course creation. So it's definitely a team effort. And my passion really came behind 10 years of just struggling learning how to play the piano when I was growing up. And I felt like there had to be another way to play. But I was really frustrated with this traditional approach where you learn how to, you learn all the theory, you learn all the chords, but you really don't ever get to be able to play until years later most of the time. And even if that, then you take that sheet music away from you and you really can't play anything. You can't just have that musical freedom or that joy. And most people quit. And that was kind of my story too, even though my parents forced me to practice for 10 years plus. And then somebody taught me some chords and I was like blown away. It just spoke to my creative heart. And I just took off from there and found so much joy in playing. And now this is kind of how it came to be that now I'm teaching the things that I've learned over the last 10, 12 years. So that's a little bit about the heart of Simplified Piano. So I do find it really fascinating that we are in this digital age, and especially since the world events with COVID and all the things, I think we're becoming so accustomed to doing things digitally, to learning through Zoom and, online learning, and people are just having to be forced into this. And so I think it's a really great way to connect from all over the world. We have students all across Swaziland to Cambodia to Nepal, all in the United States, Canada, and I think that's really neat. And something we continually hear over and over from our students is, I wish you were in person. I wish I could sit hip to hip with you and learn from you in your living room. And that's really, honestly, I used to have a piano studio actually previous to that, of students that came in and out of my living room or in and out of my piano studio, and I miss that. I miss that student interaction. And so while digital is really great, and we hear it from our community too, that they're frustrated because they want that live interaction or they want more of that community minded things. And so since I have more energy, we are excited that March is going to roll out a new little program that we are going to be making available for everybody in our chord sheet library membership. So if you're already in it, there will be, everything will just be already inside your membership and you'll be notified. So we'll talk more about how you can sign up for a chord sheet library and what that is in the membership. So we do have the workshop, which is a great starter program if you're a beginner. And then we have the How to Simplify Any Song program, which is really great if you want to know how to simplify songs you love, just like I do. And then of course, the chord sheet library is a growing library where we release 8. We release 8 new tutorials a month inside your membership for you. They're all organized by key signature. It's really easy to click, play, and print the chord sheet all in one location. And so what we're revealing tonight, and we're excited to show you just snippets of what is going to be included in that content, is we're going to be releasing extended content songs. And what that means is when I simplify songs for our YouTube tutorials, I strip out all of the suspended chords, the 2 chords, the 4 chords, the augmented, major 7s, minor 7s. You might not know what those terms mean. Or you might have come across a chord sheet that had all of that in that and you looked at it instantly and were like, can't play that, scratch, So that's part of the process that I do when I simplify songs for our YouTube channel. And so basically what the extended content versions are going to be doing is including all of those split chords, suspendeds, minor 7s, all those things back into the chord sheet, back into the tutorial. So then you can take your foundation of where we've stripped them out and now build it on learning all about those crazy chords that might have scared you in the past. And when you add in these chords to your song, it just adds this beautiful layer of sound and, color notes kind of, if you've heard that term, it starts to add some really beautiful sounds into your music without really having to change the choppy rhythm, as a lot of people say in our community, which it is. But I want to show you, which my husband's going to join in on the guitar here in a second. And that's how I think is so amazing about what we do with chording, and it's not my original idea, but chording is kind of this canvas that the melody and the harmony can kind of rest on. And so when you add in a guitar, or when you add in a bass guitar, you add in some drums, you add in some other vocals, and then you as the keyboardist play that quote choppy rhythm, it's amazing how all those other instruments or entities that you're adding into your music can really fill it in and make that beautiful sound come alive, so that you don't have to feel all alone with this chording style that we teach you. So Matt and I, my husband, are going to give you an example of a song that I have layered in those suspended chords, split chords, 2 chords, all of that. But I'm going to still keep the basic rhythm, because if you haven't picked up to how I teach, I want to keep things simple, because if they're simple and you're stripping out a lot of that theory until it's absolutely necessary, there's a lot more joy that comes with it. And that's the number one word we hear during this time, is people have joy for the first time when they haven't been able to find that in their music before, because it was always frustrating. They have hope now because they feel like we've kind of helped unlock this musical toolbox inside of their body that they didn't know they had. And that was my story. So it's so exciting to hear those comments and emails from all of you as our community. So yeah, the Chord Sheet Library membership is now going to include not only the 8 tutorials that you already will see inside your membership, but we are going to do 2 extra songs a month that are extended versions. So you'll learn a ton of new concepts and learning inside those tutorials. And then, of course, the printable chord sheets that are easily there for you. And then once a month, we're going to come into that membership and do a live jam session. And it's going to be similar to what we're doing tonight, but we're going to do a whole song list of probably 4 songs. And you'll be able to kind of hear how it sounds when you do a whole song list of 4 songs, how we can blend them together. So you'll pick up on a few tools here and there as we teach some of those things, or as you observe them or you hear them by watching us, which is really cool. And you'll get those songs ahead of time so that you can know what songs are coming out, so you can print, and we'll have the printables there for you inside your membership. So you can print them out, and you can even jam alongside with us on your own, put up your piano or put up your phone next to you and jam on the other side of the screen while we are playing, so that you can then practice being along with a band, because Matt and I will be our little mini band with a guitar and a keyboard and vocals, and then you can be on the other side of the computer screen, even though we can't be hip to hip on our piano here in frigid South Dakota. You can be in your own communities jamming along with us too. And then also once a month, we will do a live Q&A. And we'll hop in through like a Zoom. I haven't figured out the logistics of it, but we'll hop in through a Zoom most likely. And you'll have the ability to ask questions that you're just dying to get answered by me as your teacher. And so you can kind of have a little bit of more intimate time during that time, asking questions. And of course, I probably can't get to every single question, but we'll also send out a link ahead of time that you guys can submit questions early, and we'll try to answer as many of those questions during our live Q&A. So that's kind of our announcement for tonight. We wanted to show you, like I said, what it sounds like to add in a guitar, to add in some vocals, and then add in those extended content chords that we're going to be releasing in the Chord Sheet Library membership starting March. So March is when all of this is going to roll out, so we're really excited. So this is the song Everything. I'm going to pull it up here. And if you guys want to just worship along with us, oops, I got the wrong one. That'd be great. So here we go.
Yeah, another thing is that, this is our first live, and like Bethany had mentioned, the mics just are not working tonight. So we're going solely off of the computer mic, and unfortunately it's going to be really muffled. So this is not how it's going to be from now on. So just know that. And also, we put this song out on Friday. So we put out the simplified version of this song on Friday. So if you want to play along, please do. And you are more than welcome to play along with that simplified version. It'll fit perfectly into what we're doing here. But for those of you that are a little bit past that and want to, you're a little bit past that basic level and you're asking for more, you're wanting more, this version really is that next level. So we're excited to share it with you, and hopefully you can hear somewhat of what we're doing here.
Yeah. You give me everything I need, and even the roses push and pull at your command, so you can still my heart with your hand. And you tell the seasons when it's time for them to turn, so I will trust you even when it hurts. You give me everything. You give me everything. You give me everything I need. You give me everything. You give me everything. You give me everything I need. When I can see you lead me, when I can hear you show me, when I can stand, you carry me. When I'm lost, you find me. When I'm weak, you are mighty. You are everything I need. You give me everything. You give me everything. You give me everything I need. You give me everything. You give me everything. You give me everything I need. Woo! Yeah. All right. So, there we go. I also wanted to say we're just going to jam out for a verse 1 and 2 or something like that to show you what is possible. Really, what I've realized over this time, primarily because I blame a lot of it on my health, but I just haven't had the energy, even though I have all the great ideas, to actually execute and release this information. So I've realized over the year that I've really never given you guys a full perspective of what is kind of possible, like what the journey could be like as you start out with our simplified tutorials and you move into these extended contents and you're taking the workshop or you're taking the how to simplify any song course, and then what kind of keeps going on from there. So we're just going to jam out a little bit more beautiful sounding, where we add in those color notes and we add in kind of that flowy style. And hopefully that gives you a little perspective and some hope to hang on to when you feel like yours is still choppy. And let me tell you, choppy is okay, and choppy still works. And if you've read my email that I share with you guys about how I led our church in the very beginning, choppy and offbeat, for worship session after worship session, just choppy and offbeat. And that's okay, because we'll just make a joyful noise, right? And you'll grow and you'll experience freedom the more you play along with people, you know, your church, or the more you play along with us on our YouTube channel. So here's a little jam session for you tonight that we'll leave you with. Maybe we'll pick up a second song here. Maybe we'll do that. Let's do this second song. Here we go. This is 10,000 Reasons. And this is in your chord sheet library too. If you have access to the membership, it'll all be there under 10,000 Reasons. So you can come back and play along with us if we get the recording right for you. All right. Bless the Lord, oh my soul, oh my soul, bless His holy name. Sing like never before, oh my soul, I worship Your holy name. The sun comes up, it's a new day dawning. It's time to sing your song again. Whatever may pass and whatever lies before me, let me be singing when the evening comes. Bless the Lord, oh my soul, oh my soul, worship His holy name. Sing like never before, oh my soul, I worship Your holy name. You're rich and glorious, to wait. Your name is great, and Your heart is kind. For all Your goodness, I will keep on singing. 10,000 reasons for my heart to find. Bless the Lord, oh my soul, oh my soul, worship His holy name. Sing like never before, oh my soul, I worship Your holy name. Bless the Lord, oh my soul, oh my soul, worship His holy name. Sing like never before, oh my soul, I worship Your holy name. May I worship Your holy name. Jesus, I worship Your holy name. All right, that is it for tonight. It's just going to be kind of short and sweet, and that's kind of, if you haven't been with us very long, we try to keep things simplified and to really respect your time. So if you guys have any questions, you can email me at info@simplifiedpiano.com. We will include all of the information that we covered tonight about the things that we're going to be releasing to you in March. And like I mentioned, if you're already inside of our chord sheet library membership, you're going to have an email rolling out to you in the next week or so with all of the details. And if you want to jump in, it's $8 a month to be inside of our chord sheet library membership, or $80 a year. So if you sign up for the yearly option, you save 2 months, which is a great deal too. And you can cancel at any time. So it's really great because everything's organized all in one place. And now we're going to be rolling out, kind of jumping up the level a little bit and having some extended content for you. So hope you guys have a great night. Thanks for bearing with us with tech difficulties with the sound a little bit. So we'll work out those kinks, and we will catch you live next time. If you love this, drop a comment for us so that we can know that you guys want more of these with us, and we would love to do more connecting with you. Have a great night. See you later.